Greetings, and thank you so much for joining me on this tutorial about how to decide on content for your homeschooler. So this is about selecting a course for your homeschooler, and I'm going to walk you through how to do that. My name is Dr. Jeanette DeWitt. I am a doctor of physical therapy and a homeschooling parent, so a working homeschooling parent. Basically, what you're going to do in this tutorial is go into your dashboard. So when you have an account with study.com, you would open up your dashboard when you log in, and you would come into just the dashboard. It's going to tell you what your recent activity has been. It's going to show you your students. And for today's purposes, I am in Madeline, my youngest um, courses, and I want to choose a course for her. Now, she is in 8th grade. So I can start with this process and look at recommended courses, or I can go up to curriculum and I can come down to core homeschool curriculum, which is what I recommend because it's the easiest way. I'm going to click on that, and then I can come through here and I can start to filter out what I want. And in this case, I'm going to come down and I want the core homeschool curriculum. So I verified that that is checked, and I want middle school, but I specifically want 8th grade. So here I have 8th grade, and if I wanted to choose any of these, then I could just click on it. And in this case, I'm going to add 8th grade US history. So I click on 8th grade US history, and now I come to the curriculum and I look at the syllabus to make sure that it's what I want for my student. So I can review the learning objectives, and then I can also, if that didn't meet my criteria of what I wanted my student to learn, I could either search for a specific course or I could go back. But in this case, I'm happy with the 8th grade history learning objectives. So I'm going to come back up to the beginning and look at the overview. And this is where I can see there's 22 chapters. Up in the right corner, you can see that there's 148 lessons. So this is going to cover a full year. Now, what I have noticed is if the lessons are 90 lessons or 95 lessons, that tends to be a semester course. If it's over 95 or 100 lessons, it's going to be a full year course. So this 8th grade history homeschool curriculum at 148 lessons is going to be for the entire 8th grade year. And the average lesson length is going to be for 8 minutes. And yes, my student is eligible to receive a certificate when they finish the course. Before I assign this course, I am going to double check to make sure I like all of what is being taught in the course. And then what I can also do, and what study.com does a great job of, is they give homeschool resources for the parent educator. And this walks you through, if we look at lesson 1, it walks you through a full lesson plan for additional learning objectives, or maybe not objectives, but it gives you an idea. Okay, this is the vocabulary that the student should know. And these are different materials that the student should have to prepare for the class or the course. And then this gives kind of discussion questions on what the student can work on. So if you want your student to write a paper or answer essay questions to integrate language arts or writing skills into this US history course, you can assign these types of questions. You can also assign an activity. Maybe you want to do a family activity and assign one of these activities to your student. So they give a group activity, and then they also give an independent activity, all of which that you can do as a parent educator. These would be add-on projects, assignments that you can give to your student. Let me just click on back. So as you can see, for 10 lessons, there's going to be additional resources that you as a parent educator can provide. So if you are happy with the content, then you can come up to assign this course, and you would select your student and assign this course. And then you can determine the due date. So if you are starting your school year in August and you want this curriculum to run a full school year, then you might hit May. You want them to end, whoops, you want them to end before Memorial Day, then you might decide on that date. And now that's a success. Their course is going to be assigned. Now, how can you check that? Well, I recommend going back to dashboard. That's going to bring you back to your students. And here you would actually click on the grade book. And you're going to see that she has other courses. And here is the 8th grade US History homeschool curriculum that we just added. So now that's been assigned, and the student can go ahead and get started. Now, what happens if you add this course and you decide, you know what, this isn't really what I wanted? You can actually unenroll the student from that. And that's where you would click this. So you would unenroll, and it's going to prompt you to make sure that that's what you want. I'm going to go ahead and unenroll because we're not in the live version of this, not just showing for a tutorial. I don't want her to do that US history course just yet. So I hope that that helps. I'm going to scroll back up, and we're going to go back to dashboard, and you can see in recent activity that you could go right to that course. Let's say if you wanted to add it back in. So I hope that helps give you an idea of how to find the homeschool curriculum and separate it or filter it out by the grade that you want your student to be part of. And then you can approve and enroll them into that curriculum by assigning that course to them. And then if you decide after conferring with your student that, you know what, this isn't really what we want, you could unenroll them and choose a different course. And in that case, you would actually just start the process over. So I hope that helps. If you have any questions, go ahead and comment in the feed below, and I'd be happy to answer those questions. Thank you.